Hello, today I'm going to do a short reading of Secret FC. I've chosen Secret FC to read today because it's about some children going back to school after a long holiday, and I thought it'd be quite nice to read a story to do with them being at school, because I'm sure lots of children are missing being at school at the moment. So I'm going to read you a bit. It's about two girls, Lily and Maddie, who set up their own football team secretly, because football is banned at the school they go to. And this Lily becomes a character in some of my other books. She's in Armistice Runner, and she's in Black Op and White Fear as well, and she's one of my favourite characters. Anyway, I'm going to read you a tiny bit, and there's kind of one of the things about this book is, if you look at this, that's the chapter titles, and this book was first published on Puffin's, I think it was a 70th birthday, and so each chapter title is a different Puffin title of a book that's been published through the years. So I wondered if you'd read any of those. There's quite a few famous ones, and then there's some of mine as well, which are less famous. Anyway, so I thought I'd read you a bit. I'll read you the first chapter, and this is kind of aimed at 6+, so it's one of my younger books. Chapter 1, The Railway Children. It was the first day back at school after the summer break. 6 weeks of fun and holidays over, finished. But Lily, Zach and Cal weren't sad to be back. They were over the moon. The three of them stood in the playground and looked round the school grounds. Nothing had changed. King's Folly Junior School was just as it always had been. The school building was old and brown. The small car park was packed with teachers' cars. The woods over beyond the playground was dark and creepy as ever. And the playground itself was marked out as a football pitch, ready for the first game of term. Kick off at morning break, Lily asked. Zach and Cal nodded. Zach was short and stocky, with dark hair and tight plaits. Cal was tall and had a thin face. Yeah, Cal said, I can't wait. Nor me, Zach agreed. Lily pushed her curly blonde hair away from her face. It's been a long time since we played football, she said. And it had been a long time. A very long time. King's Folly Junior School was in the middle of the city. The triangle of ground on which it sat had a very busy road on one side and several railway tracks on the other two. Trains thundered past the school every couple of minutes. The part of the city Lily and the others lived in was so built up there was no room for fields and parks, no room for football. There were just houses and shops and warehouses and roads and railways all packed in together. There was only one place children could play football without being flattened by trains and cars: the school playground. And that was why they were all so excited about being back at school. They hadn't played a proper game of football for weeks. Every time they'd passed King Folly in the holiday, they gazed at the playground and wished they could go in and play. But there was no way they could get over the 4-metre fence that protected it from the outside world. Zach rubbed his hands together and grinned. Did you see that jag in the car park? He asked. No, Cal said. No kidding, a jag. Another voice spoke over the racket of shouting and screaming in the playground. I saw it. It's an F-type. A girl with long dark hair and dreadlocks came and stood next to Lily. She was Lily's best friend, Maddie. Do you reckon it's his? Lily said. Whose? Zach asked. His, said Lily. The new head teacher. Mr. What's his name? Edwards, said Maddie. Mr. Edwards. Has anyone seen him? Everyone shook their heads. Well, he must be cool if he's got an F-type, Cal said, just as the school bell went off. We'll find out in assembly, said Lily. It starts in 5 minutes. And the four friends headed into school, full of hopes that the new head teacher and the new term. And what happens then is they have an assembly, and the head teacher bans football. Football is not allowed to be played in the school, which, as you can imagine, breaks the hearts of these children. And the story is kind of about the children start a secret football team, and slowly and steadily they discover the real reason that the head teacher bans football, and it kind of makes them feel less angry with him. Anyway, that's the story. It's published by Barrington Stoke in their Conkers. That's the logo on the side, which looks a bit like a Pac-Man. If anyone knows what that Pac-Man is, that's it's published by Barrington Stoke, and it's kind of aimed at age 6 and upwards. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for listening to my readings, and I'll do another one tomorrow. Cheers.